The lonely tree on the hill. Long ago, on top of a quiet hill stood a single tree. It was the only tree for miles around. There were no other trees beside it, no flowers nearby, and no forest to keep it company. Day after day, the tree stood alone. As the wind blew across the hill, the tree often looked down into the valley below. There, hundreds of trees grew together. They laughed in the breeze, shared their shade, and seemed happy. The lonely tree sighed. "I wish I could be down there with them," it said. "Why must I stand here all alone?" Years passed, and the tree became sadder. Every morning it woke up hoping something would change, but nothing did. One evening, as the sun was setting, a wise old bird landed on one of its branches. The bird noticed the tree's sadness. "Why do you look so unhappy?" asked the bird. The tree replied, "Because I am alone. Look at the trees in the valley. They have friends and company. But I stand here by myself every day." The bird listened carefully. Then it asked, "Have you ever considered why you are growing here?" The tree shook its branches. "No." The bird smiled. "Perhaps there is a reason." The tree wasn't convinced. What reason could there possibly be? The bird simply replied, "Sometimes we don't understand our purpose until the right moment arrives." With that, the bird flew away. The tree thought about those words for many years, but it still felt lonely. Then one winter, a terrible storm swept across the land. Dark clouds filled the sky. Strong winds roared through the valley. Rain poured for days. The trees below suffered greatly. Many branches broke. Some trees even fell to the ground. The lonely tree on the hill was shaken by the storm as well. But because it had spent years standing alone against the wind, its roots had grown deep and strong. It survived. When the storm finally ended, the tree looked down into the valley. Many trees had been damaged. For the first time, the lonely tree realized something. Its years of hardship had made it stronger. Still, it didn't understand why it had been placed there. Then one summer afternoon, a group of travelers crossed the countryside. They were tired and thirsty after a long journey. As they climbed the hill, they spotted the tree standing proudly against the sky. The travelers hurried toward it. Under its wide branches, they found cool shade and a place to rest. For hours, they sat beneath the tree, grateful for its shelter. Before leaving, one traveler gently touched its trunk and said, "If this tree weren't here, we would have struggled to continue our journey." The tree felt something it had never felt before: pride. For the first time, it realized it had helped someone. Weeks later, another traveler arrived, then another, and another. Over the years, countless people stopped beneath the tree. Some rested. Some shared meals. Some found comfort during difficult journeys. Many called it the Tree of Hope. The lonely tree began to understand. It had not been placed on the hill by accident. It had been placed where it was needed most. One day, the wise old bird returned. The tree happily welcomed him. "You were right," said the tree. "I finally understand." The bird smiled. "What did you learn?" The tree replied, "I spent years wishing I could be somewhere else. I thought being alone meant I had no value, but my position on this hill allowed me to help countless travelers. If I had grown in the valley, I would have been just another tree." The bird nodded. "Exactly. Sometimes the place where you feel most alone is the place where you can make the greatest difference." The tree looked across the land. For the first time, it no longer envied the trees below. It appreciated its own journey. It appreciated its struggles. And most importantly, it appreciated its purpose. From that day forward, the lonely tree stood proudly on the hill, not because it was no longer alone, but because it finally understood why it was there. And every traveler who rested beneath its branches became proof that even the loneliest places can hold the greatest purpose. Moral of the story: sometimes life places us in situations that feel lonely or difficult. We may wonder why we are different from others or why our path seems harder, but often those challenges are preparing us for a unique purpose. Never judge your worth by your circumstances. Your greatest strength may come from the very struggles you wish to escape.